What's up, good people? Welcome back to my channel, Just As TV again. Thank you guys for hitting that video. I'm on a road to 1,000, so if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. We are here to do a recap of BaDDIES Africa. I did not do a couple of episodes because I was just not feeling it. I was just kind of pretty much on the sidelines, kind of like watching. And I didn't feel inclined to do a video, but we're going to do a really quick recap of all the craziness that's been going on, child. The big three is dwindled down to the big two because Summer had a little mishap and she fell off over a wall and bust a lip. She can't be in a couple of episodes. Dolly needs to go sit down because she's entirely too old for the mess that she's doing. Big Lex needs to separate from the big three. And they're not really the big three no more because we're not liking them. We're not liking them too much. We do like the new big three. Fauna, Cold Killer, and K Rican. Even though K Rican is the weakest link, K Rican is like Summer of the group, the weakest link, but we still like them. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it. Episode 6, BaDDIES Brunch Food Fight, child. They start off where they left off last time. Dolly going back and forth about they snatching the mic up from K Rican. K Rican was trying to explain like, yo, we in a club. This is not what we supposed to do in a club. We're not supposed to be fighting in a club. Fauna was trying to explain. I think it was Fauna. I can't remember. I gotta see them together in order to tell them apart, Fauna and Cold Killer. One of them was explaining to Scotty because Scotty walked in looking cute. Explained it to her about the fact that Dolly kind of like snatched the mic from K Rican, and Dolly was like, say my name again, and she was like, Dolly, I'm here for it. I love her. Yes, she was without a beat. She didn't even miss a beat. Dolly didn't even finish her sentence, and she was like, say my name again, and she was like, Dolly, now what you want to do? I love it. I love it. Anyway, once that happened, child, what you want to do about it got to going. Whatism started to get up, and it was up and it was stuck, and child, it was food all over the place, child. They was throwing food, they was throwing plates, they was throwing drinks, they was throwing eggs, they was throwing sausage, they was throwing pancakes, they was throwing French toast. It was food everywhere. You get a piece of a pancake, you get a pancake, everybody got some food somewhere. Or Dolly had yogurt all over her, child. I said, good. That's what she get because she's too old to be playing these high school games, child. Sit down somewhere, Dolly. The big three. Like, girl, you are not in high school. You too old. K Rican kept calling her Michael Myers, and she looked like Michael Myers, child, without that wig. The only person that was probably really upset, which she mentioned later on in the episode, was Rollie, because you know her big hand wanted to be eating that food and not being it. She ain't wanted on people and on the floor, child. She was like, that was a big waste. We know you would have said something about the food being thrown in the waste, and I'm mad that y'all in Africa and y'all wasted food. What? Anyway, that's a story for another day. Natalie comes in and explains to the girls like, oh, I was going to have brunch with y'all, but you know, girl, you wasn't really going to have brunch with them, child, please. Because you would have came in with Scotty. But she was like, I was going to have brunch with y'all, but I'm here to tell y'all that we going on a safari. The girls are excited because clearly they've been in the house too long, for 3 days or something like that. They trying to get outside. They trying to release the beasts. Let these animals out the house. Child, they was excited. You know, she brings in also a new baddie, Choco Brown, child. Choco Brown from Nigeria. Child. She is giving everything that Elsy K wish she could give. I like Choco Brown. I was wondering where's the African baddies anyway, because I like Choco Brown. If they come in like Choco Brown, I'll take her. I like her aesthetic. I like the way she look. I like the attitude. I'm here for it. I love it all. Choco Brown embodies everything that Elsy K wish she could. Especially that makeup, child. Her face was beat, and Elsy K be looking like a whole clown. She wished. And then Elsy K got a little bit mad because she was like, oh, do you know who I am? Google me, girl. We don't know who you are. We didn't know who you are until you showed your face on BaDDIES Africa, and we still don't even want to know who you are, girl. We don't care. We really don't. It's giving, I'm jealous because she looked better than me, Miss Nigeria. And she said exactly what she needed to say. Child, I am the real African queen. You are, child. And with Elsy there, you are. But anyway, I feel like Dolly and Summer gets Lex into a lot of stuff, and I feel like Lex needs to separate herself from them. I feel like Lex would be more calm, because initially when girl, no, shut up. Lex needs to separate herself from them, because I feel like when Lex came to the breakfast, Lex was calm. She had just woke up. She was like, "Ooh, this food looks great. I want to eat." And then here go Dolly, just going. And Lex looked tired. So I'm just like, you need to separate yourself to the two, because I think I would like Lex more if she was separated from Dolly and Summer. I'll say that. Scotty is kind of grown on me this season. You know, she's kind of like stepping into her own. I feel like she was doing too much last season, trying to step out and shine for the cameras and doing too much. And I'm just like, Scotty, just be yourself. And I feel like we would like you more. I don't know. I'm still here for the Lex beatdowns, but she's kind of like grown on me. I like her confessional, like the stuff that she's saying in the confessionals. I like the fact that she wants to be a little bit more calm, and she wants to be, you know, settled in a little bit more with these girls. I like that. So we'll see how it plays out towards the end. Diamond and Nat have a sit down, and Natalie pretty much says she don't have nothing against Diamond. It's over, blah, 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 whatever the case may be is. Initially, when Diamond came to this house, Natalie said that's her own space. She's down there with the gym. Now, all of a sudden, Choco Brown come in, and you sharing a room with Diamond because that's the only other available space. I feel like Natalie set her up, but, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all already know what she said last time. So, anyway, they get on the bus because they headed to the safari. You know, they doing Baddie Shot O'Clock, Baddie Shot O'Clock, the Afrobeats edition, child. Boop, 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 boop. I'm here for it. I love it. Remix it, child. Remix it. They asked Choco Brown how it was. She said she's excited, but she felt like she walked into a mess. Girl, you did. Girl, you did. Girl, you did. But I'm liking the fact that she's standing on business with everybody. Anybody who wanted, they're going to get it, child. The next episode showed it. I'm here for it. I like her. I like her so far. I really like her. I do. So K Rican starts to tell Ivory and Dom everything that Dolly had said initially, why they fought them on the first bus, like how everything got kicked off when they was on the first bus together. She started telling them everything that Dolly was saying about them, how she beat up Ivory twice. Ivory wore her wig. Ivory was like, I paid for the wig. You know, I paid for her to put my wig in. You know, telling them everything that Dolly was saying about them on the bus, child. So that made Ivory feel some kind of way, because Ivory was like, I'm trying to be cool with you. We kind of like squashed our beef, and here you go with the dumb shit, you know. And I think that's kind of what reignited their beef again, child. But hey, yeah, so that's kind of like what reignited their beef, Ivory and Dolly again. But I mean, Dolly be popping it, so she just need to get popped. So they on one bus, Russian Cream and a couple of other baddies, the new baddie, Choco Brown, Rollie, and a couple of other girls on the other bus. So we got Russian Cream whispering to Choco Brown about how production is going to edit her wrong and, you know, don't do nothing crazy. You know, she just giving her the 411, which I don't think it was actually necessary for her to do that, because if you watch, she said she watched Baddies before, she already know how it plays out. And I don't know, but here go, you know, the mascot for Zeus, child, Rollie, being the mascot, caping for Zeus, talking about, oh, you're lying, that's not what's gonna happen. I did agree with her when she said, do you have fun, do you, but you ain't need to say all of that, child. You piping for Zeus. They heard her, they captured it, they got the audio, they could speak up for themselves. But I guess she felt like she was giving misinformation about the production. You know, she's an EP, she part of the production now, so she like, I gotta stick up, I gotta earn my keep, child. I gotta earn my keep. You know, roly-poly. Anyway, it is what it is, child. I don't know. Rollie, she was like, so Russian Cream just came out and asked her like, yo, do you not like me? Like, what's tea? Like, what's up? And Rollie was like, no, I don't. And I'm just like, ooh. And she was like, ever since she first introduced herself to her, she was getting like a weird vibe from her. I just feel like Rollie feels like she's not doing nothing this season, so she had to pick a fight with somebody. That's how I felt. When I'm watching the scene, it made me feel like she felt like, oh, I'm not really doing much this season, so let me just pick a fight with somebody. And Russian, you was it. That's how I feel. Russian and got in a confessionals, child, and said she looked up to Rollie. And I was like, what? Girl, what? You look up to who? That's what we're doing in 2025? That's what we're doing in BaDDIES Africa. Looking up to who? Have you watched any of the other seasons? And that's who you looked up to? If that's who you looked up to after watching all of these other seasons, child, the youth is lost. The youth is lost, child. Shame on you. Shame on you. I was like, oh my God, what? You look up to who? Okay, girl. Okay. Okay. So Rollie said, child, don't make me come back there and mop you up. I said, oh. Oh, she literally like 100 pounds soaking wet. She's literally probably like 2 more pounds heavier than the girl from the last season. So Rollie be wanting to fight all of these little bony, slim tenderoni. They should have bought that other girl from down there, Billy. They should have bought Billy on the season to bop her up, because somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it, child. She needs to fight somebody of her own speed and her own caliber, child. Because that little girl is like what, 105 pounds soaking wet. It wasn't called for. Anyway, they made it to the safari, which I'm here for. Ivy was like, child, I never even been to the zoo or an aquarium. And I'm just like, how old are we? They don't have none of this stuff in Compton. I remember going to the zoo in Brooklyn by myself with my friends. We stayed at the zoo and at the aquarium because it was free. And at Botanic Gardens, we stayed. The youth, child, I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, I'm here for it. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Lex was crying, you know, because she said it's something that she had never seen before. It was so beautiful. And I agree. Like, I seen elephants up close. I've seen a lot of animals up close because I've swam with the dolphins. I've seen the elephants, like all of that stuff. But I've never seen a giraffe up close. I've never seen a zebra up close. I think I've seen them in cages in the zoo, but I haven't seen them like free out in the world. A hippo, it was everything. It was lions, tigers, bears. Oh my, child, oh my. It was everything. I was like, ooh, zebras and hippos. But then, you know, it was getting late, so the hyenas was about to come out, child, and them suckers was gonna attack. Child, they seen the lions, and you know, Elsy was like, these lions and tigers is well more tame than these girls. I said, child, you the one who said it? We already know the animals. Anyway, so they finished the safari, you know, watching the animals. They was around a bonfire. Rollie calls out Russian Cream. Child, Rollie done beat that child 3 times. She ain't beat her like she beat that other girl who was her assistant. But she got in a couple of good, that girl was, you know, Russian Cream was getting in a couple of good licks. And she was trying from every angle, you know, because the second round she came in with a kick, you know, but Rollie grabbed the leg like they were supposed to be doing Scotty. She swept the leg. But yeah, I mean, she tried to hang in there, but she was giving her little kicks and stuff. But child, don't let her grab you. You gotta stay bobbing and weaving with this girl. Like, bob and weave it out, child. You can't let her grab you. That was her mistake. But it is what it is, child. And then, so they head back on the bus after this little fighting and stuff. Rollie tries to explain her point, you know, and that's when she says how Russian Cream kind of gave her like this funky vibe when she first met her. So she knew it was going to be up from then. She didn't intend on fighting anybody this season, which I don't really believe. Kind of, sort of, but it's whatever. Then they start to discuss where Choco Brown is going to sleep. They say everybody's like, well, I guess she's sleeping with Diamond because that's the only available room in the house. And Diamond was like, no, I'm sleeping by myself. No, I'm sleeping by myself. Here comes messy ass Dolly bringing it. Oh, well, I'm going to bring her down to Diamond's room because that's where she's sleeping. You're not even cool with Diamond. Y'all got issues. Why would you even initiate that? Because you're being messy, which Diamond gave you what you want. She gave you what you was looking for, child. Diamond, when she brought them in there, she was like, y'all not coming in here. This is my room, blah, 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 whatever. Here come Dolly trying to like barge into her room, and Diamond bopped her. Yo, she stole on her good, yo. She got a good punch. If she ain't get no more punches in on Dolly, that was the best one, Diamond. Good for you. Get her. Because Dolly is annoying. This season, Dolly needs to go. Because you're too old to be acting like this and carrying on like this. For what? I'm glad she bopped her. But they was bopping each other. You know, she tried to gouge her eyes out. Dolly really fights dirty when she fights, child. She really fights dirty. For the people, you know, if she got you, she got you. But she really fight dirty. But Diamond was still getting hers into, and then when she was on the floor, she kicked in the face a couple of times. They was kicking each other in the face. You know what I'm saying? They was getting each other. And then after Ivory and all of them came down, you know, they broke up the fight or whatever. Dolly and the girl left. They were standing outside because the girl didn't know where she was going to go or what she was going to do, Choco Brown. She was like, this is still my room, da 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 da. And Diamond just walked past her and bopped in her eye, child, shut her whole damn eye. I said, Diamond. But I swear to you, Diamond, I don't know. Some days she be fighting and some days she don't. I don't know. about Diamond and her fighting skills. It's like comes and goes. It's in waves and stuff. I don't know, but she bopped that girl in her eye too to shut her eye. But child, she beat Diamond the heck up. Talk about why you bite me in the eye, why you sneak me, fight me head up, blah 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 blah. But Diamond fought her head up, what, 2 or 3 times, and she beat Diamond up. Yeah, she beat Diamond up, but I mean, it is what it is. She still bopped you. She got 2 good bops in. Child, she got 2 good bops in. That's all they needed. Then Tavi came down, and she kind of like got Choco Brown and took her up to her room so that she could get ready for the party and stuff like that. And she stayed in that room because at that point, they would have been fighting all night in that room. They ended up at Club Enzo. The club vibe seemed really nice. They looked alright. They didn't really show their outfits too much, so I couldn't really judge too much from their outfits. And then, so Cold Killer, they was playing songs. They played Nally's song. Then they played Diamond song. It's a bag, yeah, you cannot get in. I like that song. And then they played Cold Killer song because you know they got the same, they rhyme off the same beat or whatever. But clearly they played Diamond and what's that other girl name? Tink song and not Cold Killer song. So she was a little bit upset. She didn't really vibe to it or whatever. Child, K Rican was having a blast. She was shaking it. She was popping it. She was splitting on the bar everywhere. Everywhere. They was having a blast, child. They was having a good time, and I'm not mad at them. I like Choco Brown's confessional look. It's real cute. I really like it. And then they cut to a scene. Tavi and Elsy K starts arguing and fighting in a room. Tavi is saying that Elsy K is still mad at her. She feels some kind of way about her dapping up Cold Killer. But she's saying Cold Killer came to her and was giving her props, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. They get to arguing. Elsy does what she does, screaming and carrying on stupid, and Tavi just popped her. And then she's like, but you know I'm the weakest, like why would you hit me, blah blah blah. But why would you jump up like that and be screaming in that girl's face like that? I don't know. Elsie's weird and she needs to go as well. We got somebody already replacing her. Choco Brown. Child, get off the show. Get off the show. Get off the show. Anyway, and then so Tavi goes downstairs. Ivory comes and takes Tavi downstairs, and Tavi was talking to Cold Killer and explaining to them what happened upstairs, and she was telling her how Cold Killer came and dapped her up, and Cold Killer was like, I don't remember that. I mean, she could have been drunk. They didn't show it. I don't remember it. I don't know. I don't remember seeing that happen, but Tavi said it happened. They arguing, whatever. Elsy K thinks everybody's trying to use her for a storyline, and I'm like, girl, you're boring. You're not a storyline. You're weird. We all think you're weird, so nobody's using you for a storyline. I don't know. Everybody's using her for a storyline. She's just it, girl. I don't think so, child. You look like a whole clown. She told Scotty, why are you in here in my face talking to me? And Scotty exited stage left, which she should have. I'm glad she did that. And I'm glad she said what she said, child. Kudos to Scotty. I would have did the same thing. And then Tavi, when she goes downstairs, you know, she's trying to explain everything to Cold Killer. And her and Cold Killer start arguing. She threw something at Cold Killer. And then they start arguing and carrying on, child. And it went off. Next episode seems like it's going to be a little bit litty because the new big 3 is still going to be going at it, fighting and pouncing on everybody and everybody, child. But I don't think that the new big 3 can really hang with Choco Brown because she a little thick. She thick, and she going to move that weight around on them, child. She could fight a little bit better than Elsy K. So you ain't got no wins, child. But I'm here for it. We gonna see. Thank you guys for stopping by. That's my little spiel. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and help me get to 1,000 followers so I can go live and we can chit chat and have a good old time. Ciao. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.